So the first question is, how can we check the version of Excel? We can click on File, Account, and then About Excel. And here we see the version of Excel we are using. Let's add a new worksheet. We will click here, and now we can either double click here or we can right click and we can click rename and we can give the name test sheet. We can use the shortcut Ctrl S to save our file. Now we can write the name my first workbook and we can save it at the location of our choice. For the fourth question, we have to add data validation to our quick access toolbar. We will go to data tab. We will go to data validation. We will right click here and we will add it to quick access toolbar. Now we have to generate a series from 1 to 1000. We can either use the sequence function here. We can write sequence 1000 and it will generate a series from 1 to 1000. If our version does not support sequence, we can also use fill series. We will write 1 here. We will go to home. We will click fill and then we will select series. Now we need to change rows to columns and we will specify our stop value as 1000 and we get our answer. For the sixth question, we have to combine our cells and we have to write my first sheet. So let's select these cells and we will click on merge and center and now we will write my first sheet. For the next question, I will write Tech Coach in A2. I will make it bold, underline and italic. I can do that by selecting from here or I can also press Ctrl B and it will make it bold. Let's fill this cell with yellow color from here. For our next question, let's write CDE in our cell E2, E column and the second row. And now we have to copy the format from our cell A2. So we will select that cell. We will click on Format Painter and then we will go to our cell E2 and the format is copied. For our next question, we have to convert this dataset into a table. Now we can go to our Home tab and click on Format as Table, or we can use the shortcut Ctrl T, using which we'll be able to do the same thing. Since our table has headers, let's select that and now our range is converted into a table. For the next question, we will write my first comment in this cell. For that, we will go here, we will click on new comment and we will write my first comment. For deleting, we can simply click here and our comment will be deleted. For our next question, we had to tell the shortcut of print command and that is Ctrl plus P. When you press Ctrl and P together, Excel will check if we want to print our sheet. To remove grid lines, we can go to our View tab and we can click Grid Lines and now our grid lines are removed from the Excel sheet. The break line or page break from our page layout section show after which column or row the data will move to a new page. For example, here after column J, anything that comes in column K will go to a new page. Trace precedent shows which cell are affecting the value of the currently selected cell, while trace dependent shows which cells are getting affected because of the currently affected cells. So precedent is which cells are affecting and dependence is which cells are affected. So we can protect the contents of our sheet or workbook from our review tab, and in case if we want to password protect the entire workbook, we can go to file. From there we will go to info and we will click on protect workbook encrypt with password option. Now we just have to specify the password 2 times and our workbook will be password protected. For our next question, to ensure that only a specific type of data is allowed in a single column, we can use the data validation feature. We will go to data, we will click on data validation, we will choose whole number, and now we will select greater than 0, and now only values that are greater than 0 will be allowed in this particular column. Evaluating our formula in Excel is a very straightforward process. We can click on our formula tab and then we can click on evaluate formula. We need to make sure that we have selected the cell where our formula is present, and when we click evaluate formula, it will show how the Excel is processing the formula internally. Deleting duplicates is very simple but very important task in Excel. Now we just need to select the range where we have our duplicates, and then we click here on remove duplicates, and it will remove all the duplicates from our list. For the final one, we want to make sure our first row or our headers remain frozen. For that, we can go to the view tab. We can click on freeze pane and then we will select freeze top row. I hope you were able to answer all these questions without looking at this video. In case if you still have any doubt, you may want to revisit the earlier videos of this section.